Hello everyone, I'm Esther and today is going to be something slightly different, but it is getting normal by now. I'm going to be doing a vlog because a lot of really exciting stuff has happened this week, and this is a very specific vlog about a musical, my first ever musical. I know it's absurd, I cover musical theatre songs like most weeks, but my first ever musical I went to see on Wednesday and it was absolutely amazing. It was outstanding. I cannot describe how much I enjoyed it. I'm going to try my very best, and I filmed a few things before and after it that kind of helped because I was in the hype of the moment, but it was truly amazing. The musical in question that I went to see was, drumroll, which I won't add because I don't have effects for it, Wicked. I did tweet a little bit about it, I think, and I've said it on a few of the social medias, so some people do know, and I've been really excited for it, but I'm going to explain the story of how and why I went, and yeah. As you can see, annoyingly, my tripod's still broken, which is why I'm holding it and moving it, which is really annoying and it kind of sucks, but oh well. Just a few days ago I embarked upon something that is the most exciting thing I have ever done. I loved it so much, I cannot describe how brilliant it was, and I'm going to try my very, very best. And I filmed a lot on the way down and I filmed a little bit on the way back, and I've got some photos from my phone and my mum's and my camera that I'm going to try and put in, and I'm going to try and explain to you why it happened and how we went. But first of all, you're going to see all of the clips and things that I did, and I'll put photos in throughout the video like I did last week or the week before with the Falmouth one. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Hello everyone, I'm Esther, and today I have some really, really exciting news. And my brother's being horrible and laughing at me, how dare you. And now they're all laughing. You know when I say in almost every video that my family are really supportive and they let me do stuff and film and blah blah blah? This is the other side of it.
You just have the same intro every time. Somehow.
That's what vloggers do! It's helpful and consistency. So the really slightly exciting, well, very extremely exciting news is the fact that today, much to my disgust, we didn't book the tickets until today, but just leave that. We are going to go and see Wicked, the musical, in London. Ah, I'm so excited! It took a bit of convincing to get my mum and Helen to agree to come, because the name Wicked completely put them off. But, you know, I explained it in a lot of detail, and the fact that they would love it, and my mum's watched Once Upon a Time, so she does know the characters. And there's many people who I know who are extremely happy that I'm finally going to see a musical, because as you all know, I am a musical theatre nerd. It's obvious. The amount of songs I've covered that have been from musicals is probably more than pop songs that I've covered. And I'm just really happy that I'm going to go and see it, and I'm going to share as much of it as I can with you all.
Wait. Can't share the actual performance.
Oh yeah, of course I can't film the actual thing because theatre. But it's exciting! And they've said that they're going to release a film version of Wicked at some point this year, so it'll probably be like the original cast or something. So more people will get to see it, but it's nice to get to see it in theatre too.
Yeah.
And some of you know that I happened to do a song from it. I happened to do a song from it for my audition piece in my musical theatre class. So it's going to be exciting to get to see how that's done by an actual professional. So yeah, I will update you later on in the journey, and I'm really excited, so I hope you are too in some weird way for me, even though you're going to see this way after I've seen it, and I'm probably going to film a roundup thing and be super excited and freaking out that I've seen it.
Probably.
Hi again everyone, completely forgot to say, as many of you all know, it's Wimbledon week this week, and as less but a few of you will know, I love tennis. I don't know, I just watch it all the time. I've had a den for the past few days on the living room floor watching tennis. And upsettingly, it's men's quarterfinals today, and we're not watching them because we're going to see Wicked. And I'm a bit like, I'm excited to see it, but I'm also like, I'm going to miss tennis. And so we're going to watch it in the car through the magic of hotspot. Hi everyone, it's really late, it's like 22, and we've just got home, and that was amazing. I cannot describe how awesome that was. Oh, I loved it so much. I'm going to talk about it in detail a bit more when I film a roundup video, because I am exhausted and all I want is bed. But thank you so much for journeying with me in a way on it, and it was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Bye, good night. One, especially because Novak Djokovic retired from his match. I didn't get to watch that one, but I presume it was from his shoulder injury. Of course, Nadal lost a few days ago. So Rogers, as the interviewer said in We've Just Watched That Match, the last man standing. So it's looking like, I reckon, my prediction on Wednesday, just saying this, it's going to be a Roger Cilic final, because they're both great players. They're my two favourites left in it, and I just think it'll happen. I hope it will. But anyway, we have not long until the show now. I think it's just under an hour, and I'm really, really excited. We are almost there, pretty much, and it's going to be really, really awesome. And I'm not sure I'll do another vlog before we get in there, so this is my final. I'm super excited. I'm going to see my first musical. I love this. So yeah, that's all I have to say really. See you soon. Hi everyone, it's really late, it's like 22, and we've just got home, and that was amazing. I cannot describe how awesome that was. Oh, I loved it so much. I'm going to talk about it in detail a bit more when I film a roundup video, because I am exhausted and all I want is bed. But thank you so much for journeying with me in a way on it, and it was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Bye, good night. So yeah, as you can see, I know the last one is like me at like 2 o'clock in the morning when we got back. I absolutely loved it. I loved the whole day. Another thing is it was tennis men's quarterfinals at Wimbledon. Many of you will know I love tennis. I love Wimbledon. It's such a fun thing to watch. And I watch it every year. I always have, because I've been homeschooled, so I've had the chance and opportunity to. And it's just brilliant. So here we were, like in the car, streaming tennis on the iPad to try and watch it and keep up with the score, because it was some really exciting players playing. But I'll talk about more about that. Learn English, me. I'll talk more about that in another video, because it's worth a whole video of stuff, and I'll do it after the men's final, which is tomorrow. The women's final was today. It was amazing. I'm so happy at the result. But it's also a little bit sad and bittersweet, but oh well. So I'll talk more about that later. For today, one of the most exciting things I've ever done in my life, Wicked. So, first ever trip to the theatre. One of the most exciting things you do as a person, I'd say, well, for me at least, being a musical theatre nerd. We have a lot of close family friends who are forever harking on at me about going to the theatre and finally going to see it, and see anything really. And as many of you know, I've taken part in a few musicals. I've done one or two with a club that I do. My choir do loads of songs from musicals all the time, and someone in my church wrote a musical which I was a part of. So musicals are a big part of my life. Many of you will know recently I absolutely adore Hamilton. Hamilton is an amazing musical. I'd say, like, go and see it if you can, but like it's impossible to get tickets for. And there's something exciting about Hamilton which I'll put up on screen now. I know, right? It's really cool. We literally walked past the exact theatre where it was, and that might have been one of the most exciting parts of the day, but the musical was better. I basically have a really close family friend who I consider like an aunt or an older sister called Helen, and she is a district nurse, so she doesn't often get a lot of time off. So when we do get time off with her, me and my mum and her always like to go and do nice things. So today we thought, let's go and see a musical. My mum suddenly had some weird inspiration of why not do it? So we were looking at musicals. They wanted to go and see Mamma Mia, which I completely respect. I have covered a song from Mamma Mia and I love it. But I was like, I want to see a real musical, if that makes sense. As some of you will know, that Mamma Mia is a lot more of a play on the side of it. But it is an amazing musical and I would love to go and see that, and I think we're possibly going to see that next. But I said, when Mum presented me with a list of what we could go and see, I said, let's go and see Wicked. I did a song from it in my musical theatre group. I've wanted to see it for ages and I really think it will be worth it and it will be good. So after a lot of convincing her, because it was called Wicked, because I do understand it is a bit of an off-putting name, but I managed to convince her, so yes. So I've been harking on at her for weeks about, like, you do realise we need to book the tickets. People book tickets to the theatre a year in advance, months at least, not like a week before. And then we changed the day we were going last minute because we couldn't go on the original day that we were going. And then on the day that we went, on Wednesday of this just gone week, my mum decided, well, on Tuesday morning, let's call it, at like 2 AM, I was having a late night chat with my mum, because we do, it's lovely, and I was like, Mum, we need to book tickets. And some tickets that we were going to book had gone, so yeah. And then Helen, who we're going with, said, no, I want it to be a really exciting experience, we'll book some more expensive tickets. So we sat, here's a selfie of roughly me from my seats to the stage. So we were not, if the middle block is like here, you can't see me, and then there's another block here and another block here, and then the back blocks are here and here. We were sat like here in the aisle between the middle and side block, so I could see straight down the aisle. We were on the second row, but the people in front were really nice and they like said, oh, it's fine, we'll sit to like one side or the other and make sure you can see. So that was so lovely of them. And so I could see for the entire thing, there wasn't a single bit that I missed except for when I obviously wasn't looking. And it was just amazing. So here we are, it's like 11 o'clock on Wednesday and we've only just booked the tickets. And I'm like, we've got to leave soon. You do realise it's at 7:30 and it takes 3 hours to get to London. So I'm panicking because I am one of those people, don't know why, I just do it. And my mum's like, it's fine, we'll be there on time, it's okay. My older brother Matt, who's actually studying acting and has done musicals with college, also came with us. I'm like giving them a brief overview of what it's about and like the best songs from it, the ones to look out for, blah blah blah. I watched, well I say watched, I listened to and I briefly watched the video whilst I was getting ready. Many of you will know the the YouTuber Peter Hollins. He does a cappella song covers. I think they're amazing. I'd love to do something like it one day. And he did something with Nick Patera. I pray I'm pronouncing that right because I'm probably not. Who is also an a cappella YouTuber music person. Which was a medley from Wicked. And that's really where I knew the most of the songs from. I knew like all of the songs briefly, but the ones that I knew the best were the ones in that. But the song that I knew the very, very, very best, as many of you will know, was one I did for my audition piece. When I say audition, it was a kind of, you had to do 2 audition pieces for the exam, and one of my pieces was No Good Deed from Wicked. And after seeing it, I know I didn't do it justice, but I know I definitely tried my best. So here we are, excited, only just booked the tickets, on our way, and then going, wait, we're going to miss tennis. Yes, tennis is an important part of life for these 2 weeks. So after previously like not going out for a normal weekly evening meal or something because we wanted to watch tennis and stay in, we're like, we're going to see a musical. and it's men's quarterfinals. We were like, oh, it's fine, we can watch it on an iPad, so that's all we did. We drove down. I am buzzing with excitement. I didn't stop, like, freaking out and being like, we're going to see Wicked, this is so cool, you do this, like, we're cool, this is going to see a musical. And I text a few people who I know would like to know that I'm going to see a musical, finally. And I was just so happy. It was like the best thing that I've done in months, and I'm so happy that I've done it. So we arrive, we're driving around, we're parking, it's all great. We walked to the theatre. We walked to the back exit accidentally, so we then went round and went into the front. We collected our tickets, which are... I've got to show you these carefully because they have names on and stuff. Here. Which is really cool. I love the logo for Wicked. I don't know why. Focus. I've always loved it. We were in the stalls. It was amazing. We collected our tickets. I was freaking out. I was like, we've got tickets. And then the guy said, would you like a souvenir programme? They're £8. To which I was like, yes, 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 yes. I don't care. I'll pay for it. Anything, please. And so that is this, which I showed a bit earlier in the video. It's so cool. That's the logo. I absolutely love it. I'm going to show you through this in a few pages. I'll probably just show the photos, but a more professional person would do this differently. Here is the credit page. Really, really cool photo. I am just going to skim through this page by page and then show you the photos in a bit more detail. That's Glinda in her magical bubble. I'll talk a bit about it. I loved the bubble coming down. It was really awesome. There is Elphaba. One thing I didn't realise is I never googled who was playing them for this term. And we actually had one of the more original Elphabas than I thought we would. Fiero. Played by Oliver Saville. Elphaba played by... I'm just going to show her name because it's German Dutch and I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. And Susie Mathers, which isn't showing up because it's on the white light. The magical, wonderful creative team. Thank you for being awesome and creating musicals. So many credits. More photos. This is just a brief overview of what you get if you ever go and see Wicked or get this somewhere else. The cast. The cast were amazing, the orchestra were brilliant, the songs were brilliant, the dancing was amazing. Here is, well, Elphaba, Glinda and a flying monkey. Now the flying monkeys, we had the weirdest thing. As it was finishing, a kid walked out and basically said, oh, I loved the flying monkeys, they were the coolest part. And I felt like saying, how were you not terrified of them? This is the ensemble. I love ensembles. One Short Day in the Emerald City. And I was like, how were you not terrified of the flying monkeys? I didn't say it, I said it to my brother. Because they were so scary. It was amazing. Here is beautiful. Friendship. Defying Gravity. Defying Gravity is like everyone's favourite song in Wicked. And it was absolutely amazing. Her portrayal of her was just brilliant. And, oh, I loved it so much. Here's the main cast page. Mark Curry. I have some interesting stuff about him. Basically, there's a show in England called Blue Peter. I'm going to keep going. And it is a great show. Everyone loves it. Everyone, like almost every child alive has watched it. And it's been going for years and years. And Mark Curry, I'm going to go back to him, was one of the presenters. Now the way Blue Peter works is it has presenters and it's cool. And my aunt Helen recognised him immediately and his voice, and I was like, where do you know him from? So I looked in this, in the interlude, and she said, I know him. And I said, Mark Curry. And she said, oh, yeah, that's him. And it turns out she knew him from, like, Blue Peter and recognising it. I'm only going to look at photos now, so. And I just think that is really cool and bizarre. Madame Morrible, portrayed by Sue Kelvin. The producers. You're brilliant. Nessa Rose, portrayed by Sarah McNichols. Brilliant portrayal. I loved her character. And production credits. I'm going to do it like they do in a film, and it goes by way too quick for anyone to film it unless you pause. And then the Apollo Victoria Theatre. It was amazing. The opening / ending song, No One Mourns the Wicked. Amazing ensemble members. They did such a good job. Buck. He's a great character. I'm also going to show his name because I'm not 100% sure on pronunciation. I'm going to go for Idris Kargbo. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I'm sure I did. Dr. Dillerman. Amazing character. I love the universe and the way that it works. Well, it's a terrible that it works like that, but it's really clever. Martin Ball. And Fiyero and Galinda Gissing. And that is the last page. The theatre was just beautiful. I have a few photos. I think I only took one actually of that. But I'll also show the set here. It was amazing. The set was outstanding. Some people know there was a massive dragon that is shown up there, and it's awesome. I'm just going to show you this leaflet. I'm not going to show you it in that much detail. Light, stop glaring. That's another leaflet. And I don't know how to describe how much I loved it. This is a really long-winded video, and I'm kind of sorry, but I'm also not. I'm going to get onto some favourite moments and things. Favourite character, Elphaba. I don't know what else to say. She's an amazing character. Her development is so clever, and the fact that if you know the Wizard of Oz story, it just makes it all the better because you realise, actually, maybe she wasn't evil. And I always love, it's why I love Once Upon a Time, the TV show. I love the whole, are you sure that villain was evil? Because really they had a reason for it, and it was great. Favourite song? Some of you are going to be shocked by this because it's, now, when I get onto favourite song, I love Defying Gravity. It is one of my favourite songs, of course it is. I love Pretending to be Good Enough at Singing it. I love For Good. It is amazing. It's such a good song, and it's so good, like, if you want to do it with a friend, it's just perfect. I love What Is This Feeling? Loathing, many people call it. Of course, it's brilliant. It's so cleverly done, and I love it because it just showcases the characters' two sides, and it mirrors so well with For Good, from going, I hate you. Actually, no, I need to find a stronger word than hate. I loathe you. And then, yeah, Popular, of course, is amazing. But I will be honest, my favourite song, and I don't know why, like, I just really, really enjoyed it, and I think I'm also going favourite song on catchiness factor, is Dancing Through Life. Yes, it is one of the popular ones, of course. But I love Dancing Through Life. I didn't realise I did as much until I saw it, because I love them all, really, in the soundtrack. And making me try to pick my favourite song is an impossible feat. But Dancing Through Life really, really caught my attention. I think seeing it live made it all that better for me. Like, the choreography was pretty cool, and it was cool having all the cast members do it. And Fiyero's character I do love, I will be honest. It's an amazing character, and I just think it's really clever because he's 3D. They're all 3D. They're not two-dimensional. They're so real, and people... It was great. There was moments I was terrified. I cried for like the whole last 20 minutes, but it is me, so I cry at everything. And if you have an opportunity to go and see it, especially if you're from England, it's a lot easier to go and see. even looking at that theatre, there were some tickets which we didn't buy, which were like 20 quid. And yeah, that's expensive, but if you have the chance and you have 20 or 30 quid, there's some seats which were actually good. If you're really dedicated theatre going type person, then of course go for more expensive ones if you want to, but if you can't and you can only get 20 quid ones, don't feel like you're not going to see. They looked so good as well, and I kind of hovered over a few like, oh, we could have sat here, and they were so good. There's not much at all that you would have missed, and just the atmosphere of the theatre and the fact that it's different every night and it's amazing would have been enough, at least for someone like me. If you've never seen a musical, I implore you, go and see one now, whenever you can, as soon as you can. They are amazing. Even if you don't like musicals, like my mum, she likes musicals, but she's not the biggest fan ever. They are so, so worth it. They are just so entertaining and so thrilling. And like one like Wicked, it has tense dramatic moments, it has absolute comedy moments, and it has moments which just pull your heartstrings and make you go but it is altogether just amazing. I'm not going to say much more about it because I have gone on for a while and this is looking like a long video, but honestly you will not regret it. Go and see a musical, maybe this one if you want to. It was amazing. I'm so happy that I've seen one now, and yeah, a little bit of an update. I can't really cover songs right now because I don't have a tripod, so I'm sorry about that, but we are going to get back to some song covers, and hopefully the second I get a tripod I'll get back to doing them and less vlogs, though I do absolutely love doing vlogs and I'm glad that you guys seem to be enjoying them too. So thank you all so much for watching this super long video. I really do hope you liked it as much as I loved it and as much as I loved this experience, and I really hope to see you all next week for another awesome, amazing video, hopefully where I'm just as enthused as I am in this one. If you did like it, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as it really means so much to me, and I'm so thankful when I see that people do it because it just brightens my day. Yet again, thank you all so much for watching, and stay strong, stay safe, stay smart and stay special. Goodbye!